Hello, everyone, Randy here again. We're playing Farming Simulator 15 on Sosnovka. And like I mentioned last time, this will be the last episode here on Sosnovka, number 80. Yes, a whopping total of 80 episodes on this map so far. Seems like it's been a long time. Next time will be another new map, though. And at this point, it looks like we're looking at Oklahoma. That's what everybody appears to be voting on. So we'll have to wait and see for next time what it actually will be. Anyway, at the moment, I've got the John Deere 4440 and this Ripper plow. It's under the plow category. It looks more like one of those deep rippers to me that we have not tried yet. So I thought we'd give this a try this episode. And the only fields I don't have planted are up in this region of the map. So heading up that way, and we're just going to... We got all the fields like cultivated and they're all set already. We're just going to give this a try just to see how it works. Like I said, the style of the rippers on here make me think it's one of the deep ripper type cultivators. Or plows, whatever category you want to lump this in. But yes, definitely looks like a deep ripping tool. Or subsoiler. Something, to get down a little bit deeper than your normal cultivating equipment does. And we'll find out if this tractor will pull it too yet. Recommends 200 horsepower for this ripper. Don't remember how much the 4440 has. It doesn't have that much, I'm quite sure of that. Looks like it is about 6 meters wide. Maybe 7? Yeah, it might be actually 7. Well, it looks like the 440 actually pulls it with no problem. Say a fairly simple looking plow. Typically the idea behind something like this, assuming this is a deep ripping plow, the idea is to get to the hard pan. That is typically... when you normally cultivate, your normal cultivation tools only go so deep. And then at that layer, you typically get a hard layer. So the idea behind this is it gets down just a little bit deeper and rips that hard pan up. Basically allows for better penetration of any moisture that's in the soil. Especially good if you have wet areas. Lets the water drain away better. As like I said, you get that hard pan, as they call it. Moisture goes down, and then that's where it stops. Got that little bit harder, compacted layer in there. And after years of chisel plowing, cultivating, whatever form of tillage you're doing, typically it'll always be about the same level. And therefore, just below that level, you will get a layer of hard, compacted soil. Like I said, they call that a hard pan. Prevents moisture from going down through, nutrients, all that good stuff. So you take your deep ripping tool, go through the field, and you rip up that harder layer. That's just a little bit too low for your normal tillage equipment to reach. This type of tillage, though, takes quite a bit of horsepower. As you folks can probably imagine, you're going fairly deep. I'm not entirely sure how deep they go. I'd like to say it's like maybe 16 inches, something like that, at the deepest. Which, when you think about it, really doesn't sound like it's that deep. But when you got to pull something with multiple shanks through a ground like that, that takes a fair amount of horsepower. And at least I know one farmer in our area. I think they have one that I like to say has 4 rippers on it. Maybe it's 5. It's 4 or 5 rippers. They pull it with a 200 horsepower tractor. So, I mean, think of it. 4 basically heavy duty chisels. being pulled by a 200 horsepower tractor, and you know that tractor's working too when it's pulling that. So also, what we should probably do is get the case seed drill going. Again, like I said, not that really matters. We're going to wrap up the episode. We're never actually going to harvest what we've planted here, which is okay. Several people have suggested I sell all the equipment here for the last episode. I'm not sure we'll do that. We'll just maybe quick look through the equipment when we're done here. Like I said, we obviously do have quite a bit of equipment. And the reason behind selling the equipment, people are suggesting, you know, sell the equipment, take the money, and move to the next map. I don't think we'll necessarily have to do that with Oklahoma. Oklahoma starts us with some halfway decent equipment. I'll probably still change that up though. We'll find some good mods to start Oklahoma with, assuming it's Oklahoma anyway. Like I said, as of the time I'm recording this, Oklahoma was winning by quite a bit. Oklahoma, by the way, is a 4x map, so 4 times larger than a normal map. Just my opinion, probably better for multiplayer, but everybody seems to want to see me play on that map, so that's what we'll do. And just to be clear as well, this is for single player. We will not be playing Oklahoma, at least not right now anyway. We probably won't be playing it, period, on multiplayer then. Because once I've played it single player, I don't really care to play it multiplayer. Once I've played it multiplayer, I don't really care to go back and, you know, play it single player. Let's see something new, you know? And also, as far as the multiplayer server is concerned, Pleasant Valley Rivers is supposed to be coming out here pretty quick. The intentions are to do that map once it comes out. And like I said, I'm kind of the opinion maybe waiting just a little bit, make sure the map works good and all that good stuff. We don't have any weird problems or nothing like that with the map before we get Pleasant Valley set up on the multiplayer server. And one of the reasons I wanted to check this out, too, I thought this might be a good implement to bring with us to the next map. We'll have to see once, like I said. Anyway, I think we'll call that good. We'll just say that that section of the field there needed a little extra ripping. You know, we had some moisture problems or whatever. Got some wet spots in there. So we'll call that good for now. And let's grab the seeder and we'll maybe, I don't know, we'll hire a worker or we'll do it ourselves. We'll see once here. Don't really, like I said, have too much of a plan for this episode, seeing as how the last episode we're just going to kind of fiddle around here, I guess, maybe. Also, a couple people are mentioning with this seeder, apparently it seeds outside of the field. We'll find out if that's the case or not. I don't know if the map will show us. The map doesn't show it as being seeded outside the field, but we'll find out. A couple people are, and maybe it's just the seed usage is outside the field. That could be the case. There is obviously the option there. You see turn off area limitation. Typically that's something that's used for fertilizer, though, not for seeders in Farming Sim. So yeah, just out of curiosity, is it actually using seeds when I'm not? Oh, it is. I did not even notice that last episode. Okay. Doesn't seem to matter if I turn on or off area limitation though, so not sure what the point of that is. Also, the fact that I have it raised typically means it shouldn't be seeding either, but I guess it still is using seeds. Okay, good to know. That's probably why I was going through so many seeds there last episode. It's kind of wasting them when we're not actually on a field. Not used to that. Most seeders don't use any seed when they're not on a field. Even though if you leave them on, leave them lowered, even, you know, it looks like they're planting. If they're not on a field, they will not use seed. This seeder is apparently different that way. And like I said, the turn area limitation, that doesn't seem to actually do anything other than change the seed type. Now, just for the fun of it, folks, we should bring the Great Plains seed drill over here. Let's see what one pass with that drill does. This is what it says. It's 13.6. So the Great Plains is obviously going to be a little bit narrower. Is that is still parked up by the field yet? We'll plant canola. And this is obviously a 12-meter seeder, so just a little bit smaller. But I'm curious what one pass with the Great Plains seed drill, how much seed will that use? As opposed to the case seed drill there. So it'll take a moment here for us to drive up there. Maybe we'll refill too. We can always get this guy going on another field. And let's read a few comments here a moment. Oh, if the iPad don't die anyway, it says it's on 10% battery. That's not good. I better charge it. Okay, who left a truck kind of in the way there? Oh, a little too far. Okay, like I said, to the comments, Reese was saying, "Hey, Alan, joined your multiplayer server for the first time and would like to know the schedule for what you're playing." If you mean when I typically on the server, I am typically on the server around 7, 8 o'clock Eastern PM, Eastern Standard Time. At least during the week anyway. Weekend, I'm on all kinds of random times usually. Whenever I get a chance, I'll hop on. But yeah, typically during the week, I'm on, 7, 8 o'clock at night. So 7, 8 o'clock PM Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who have not Eastern Standard Time, I'll let you folks figure out the time difference for wherever you are at. That typically seems like a fairly good time to be on. Usually you'll get a couple of the European folks on yet. You know, it's starting to get a little bit late for them, but you'll catch a few of them on. And then, again, a little bit early for like the western part of the U.S. But yeah, you'll usually catch them on yet as well. And as I mentioned before, we've had people from like all around the world on the multiplayer server. Pretty cool. I was reminded, though, I forgot one person in particular that is on quite a bit. And I think because he's on so much, I think that is why I forgot that where he's from. Well, I haven't really forgot, but I forgot to mention where he's from. Like I mentioned last time, we've had Norway, Sweden, Portugal. I've seen Germany. One of the Eastern European countries, I forget which one now. Seen some people on from there. Yeah, just all around the world. But yeah, the one person I kind of forgot, from Australia. And like I said, I think it's because he's on quite a bit. I think I forgot to mention Australia as being one of the countries, so... Okay, we're going to do one pass with this seeder. And let's see, we used, what, 600 or so on that, that KC drill? Let's see how much we use here. We're at 8,800 completely full. If it uses about the same amount, we should be down to, what, 8,200 or so when we are to the end of the field. And I would say this is about... Actually, it might be a little bit longer, maybe. But about the same length of field here. Okay, so I'm thinking already we're not even going to use half the seed that the KC drill did. We haven't even used 100... Yeah, there's 150 seed now, and we're probably over halfway, I would say. Anyway, back to the comments. Samuel was asking, have you ever played Valley East USA? No, I have not, I don't think. Okay, we are to the end. And of course, this seeder, by the way, doesn't use seed when it's not on a field. So that probably obviously has a little bit of a benefit, but still. We went from 8,800 to 8,540. 260 seed. So like I said, not even half of what that seeder used. So wow, that seeder must really be burning through the seed. So definitely a much more efficiency. And we're planting the same crop, by the way. It was canola on, or should have been canola on that seeder, and canola on this seeder as well. I don't know that seed usage actually varies with the normal farming sim crops, without any mods that change anything anyway. I think the seed usage is pretty much the same depending on whether you plant canola, wheat, barley, corn. Doesn't really matter. I think the seed usage seems to be about the same. Or if it is different, it doesn't seem different enough for me to notice. Let me put it that way. Peterbilt 100 says, love your videos. Thank you very much for that. Anonymous on my Phantom 4 video there. Catching some brush hogging. Says, why do you have pink equipment? The equipment is not pink, in case you cannot tell. I would think it'd be rather obvious as to what color that actually is, but apparently it's not. But yeah, the sun was setting when I was recording that, so that's probably why the tractor came out. I'm not going to say it's pink either. That doesn't really look like pink to me. It looks more purplish, but pinkish, purplish, whatever. It is red. But yeah, like I said, I think because of the setting sun, that's probably why it came out that way. Okay, let's guess we'll grab another load of seed, I guess. I do like this seed tender, pretty cool. We just need like a larger one, I guess, for the bigger planters we have. Jack was saying, nice video. Thank you very much for that. Tyler says, great video as well. Thank you for that. Tomolex. He says, first view, first comment, and first like. Well, good for you. Matthew was saying, also on my DJI Phantom video there, the brush hogging, I should have baled that. Looks like it would have made good bales. Yes, it probably would have made some really good bales. Trouble is that field was just kind of small, though. It's also a really wet field, so getting bigger equipment on there might be a little bit of a problem. And again, like I said, it's pretty small field, so... And by small field, I think, I'd like to say maybe half an acre, maybe. And I don't think it's even an acre, I don't think. Pro Farm says, looks like an epic video. Keep up the epic work. Ford 7000 man says, great video. And what tractor is that? That is a Mahindra 5010. Okay, and somebody with a name I shan't say was saying I clicked on the mod list. A bunch of the links no longer worked. And he was looking for, in particular, the seeder that was at 2:26 in that video. 2 minutes, 26 seconds, I'm assuming. I'm not sure what seeder he was referencing there, because I looked at the video at 2:26, and I didn't see any seeder, but I'll maybe check again. Maybe I missed something. But yes, as far as the broken links in my mod list, I mentioned this before, folks. At the time I got the mods, that is where I got the mods from. So, for reasons I don't know, the links, some of the links no longer work. Just do a Google search and you should be able to find them. And if you still can't find them, I'm not sure what to say there. But like I said, at the time I downloaded the mods, that is where, and that is the link I downloaded the mods from. That obviously has changed since then for some of the mods. Again, for reasons I don't know, either maybe the mod is updated, maybe the mod is no longer available, the website has changed, who knows what. But yeah, some of the links definitely no longer work. To my knowledge, most of the links work, because when you folks ask for links to the mods I have, that's the same list I go to. I just open my mod list, and okay, let's see. Say you folks ask for, if you folks ask for the KC drill, I'll go to my mod list, scroll down to my planter section, and find the KC drill. And that link does work, by the way, because I think someone asked for it already. And I always do check when I send you folks links, if that asks for it anyway. And I do make sure the link does work, so. What you'd actually probably do, you wouldn't necessarily even use this particular trailer. You could use like a gravity wagon or something like that. What we would probably do, if I can back this up anyway, and I don't think the gravity wagons I have will hold seeds, but if they did, it would be kind of cool. What you would probably do with this, typically, and like I said, this would make more sense if you like had a wagon of some sorts. Let's see, is that, yes, that does what I want it to do. And then you would you just pull up your wagon right there, and this auger would put it up into the seed bin there. So yeah, like I said, this is probably not necessarily the type of seed tender you would actually use for the seeder necessarily. Let's see, am I close enough to refill? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's see if that is close enough. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I just need to be back a little further. Oh, that filled really quickly. Samuel was saying the difference between Case and New Holland is like the difference between GMC and Chevy. That is probably a pretty good way of putting the difference between Holland and Case. New Holland and Case. And why did you stop? Hire a worker. I wonder if because this field is fertilized, it doesn't like that. Boy, I wish I had an unfertilized field right about now. Nope, I don't even have the loan paid off. Would have thought I would have done that, but I guess I haven't paid the loan off. Let's see. Do I have a unfertilized field? Or unfertilized bit of the field somewhere? Even a little bit would be nice. Looks like the Homer did a little bit too good of a job fertilizing. Good for him. I know I've seen a bit of unfertilized ground around here. There we go. Yes, folks. As I suspected, this seeder does fertilize. It just doesn't take any fertilizer to do it. Okay. So that's why it's not working. That's probably also why it is using seed. That might be why it's using twice as many seeds, too. Instead of using fertilizer, it's using the seeds like fertilizer. And it's... Yeah, I think you folks get what I'm saying there. It's using seeds and fertilizer. No, it's using seeds to both seed and fertilize. There, I think I got that right. Anyway, folks, before we wrap it up here, let's just take a quick... let's just tab through the equipment, see what we got. I might even surprise myself here, because like I said, we've been playing this so long, I'm not even sure I know what all equipment we have now. Oh, yes, the Zetor. Been a while since we've used this tractor. Actually, I think it's been since we've used the conveyor belt to do silage. We obviously now have the New Hollands. Yep, the truck. Definitely a very nice truck in my opinion. The Tara Phoenix. Probably not saying that right. But yes, very nice truck. I do like this one. I think I actually probably like it a little more than the in-game one, to be honest. Combine. Our Wandering Kloss tractor. Where is he? He is... where is this? Oh, there's the farm. Okay. He's managed to make it all the way over here somehow. Yep, our other Zetor, smaller Zetor tractor. Yes, the Challenger. He is in here at the moment. Another wandering tractor, by the way. Another Zetor. Been having this one up by the sheep. Has the front loader on it. Even though I don't use it as a front loader. Well, I haven't been anyway. Yeah, I've been just moving the sheep wool, you know, just by pushing it off like so. And calling that good enough. We got our truck. Kind of a nice looking truck here. Interior definitely lacks a bit, but the outside looks pretty cool. Yes, our John Deere Model A. Good popping tractor. Don't know we really ever did a whole lot of actual work with this tractor. We got the Case. 140. Good tractor. John Deere 6210. 2 Homer sugar beet harvesters. Let's see, is that... Oh, this is the chopper here. I was thinking this was the other sugar beet harvester, but nope, chopper. You got 2 choppers. There's the other chopper. Ford, what is this one? This is the Ford 7810. Didn't use that tractor a whole lot other than for the manure there pretty much, I think. And yes, our Homer slurry spreading setup worked pretty good. With this is the modded Zune hammer with it behind it, by the way. Modded Zune hammer slurry spreader has the 40-meter width. Our Kenworth truck, bit on the shiny side there. We got our John Deere 9630. I think that's the one I'm in anyway, isn't it? Yes, I am. Oh, it's because it's centering around the the Ripper. That's why the camera is... Okay. Yes, 9630. With the Bible triple wheels, which seem to keep disappearing. Our JCB front end loader. Our other wandering class tractor, which I think was in the same building as the Challenger there, but has somehow managed to escape and looks like proceeding to wander off. Our JCB Fast Track tractor I haven't used a whole lot. Forget what we bought this track. I think it was at... Yeah, why did I... Oh, to haul the bales. That's what we bought this tractor for. Use that tractor for hauling the bales, although it's not actually on that job at the moment. New Holland front end loader. Our other sugar beet harvester. A whole pile of Massey Fergusons. Probably going to be tabbing through these for a minute here, because I think it's going to tab through all of them. Yep, another Massey Ferguson. Another Massey Ferguson. Another one. Another one. Hey, guess what? Another one. And still another one. Oh, there we go. That's all the Masseys. John Deere 7930. Our JCB telehandler. Didn't really use this a whole lot. Kind of an interesting telehandler. A little bit difficult to use for keyboards because of the articulated steering. Another Homer tractor. This one has the overloader on it. Case. Maximum 380 with dual wheels. John Deere 9560R with duals. Case Quad Track. And then a Case Maximum. Or no, Magnum. Maximum. Yes, Case Case Magnum 380 and this Case Maximum 140. With a Great Plains seed drill. Definitely one of my probably more favorite seed drills now. Though it doesn't stop planting when it's lifted up. A little bit annoying in that fact, but still pretty cool seeder. Case Flex Drill. John Deere 4440. We didn't really buy this tractor, use it. Just was actually showing you folks. I know a couple episodes back there they were commenting as to what the spinning doohickey here is. And I know I'm not talking about the radiator fan that's white up there. And then our Ripper, which we just used this episode. And I should mention all the other cultivating equipment here as well. We got the Kuhn cultivator with, I forget the brand name of the roller behind it. And we got the John Deere 2636, I think it is, disc. Let's see, does it have a number on it somewhere? It's John Deere 26 something disc. I forget the exact number here again, but 50-foot disc with the Great Plains seed conditioner behind it. And then we got two John Deere Rippers there. Little bit different from each other. Oh, and that's actually it. Okay, so that's about it. Anyway, folks, we'll see you folks on the next map. Like I said, at this point, it looks like it's going to be Oklahoma. So with that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And yeah, this will be the end of Sosnovka. Definitely been, in my opinion anyway, fun map. Good season. Lots of good mods. And in some ways, sad to see it go. In other ways, time for a new map, I think. So yes, hope you folks have enjoyed this season. Can't wait to start the next one. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, folks, and till next time.